Hello and welcome to part two of my resume writing video tutorial series. This specific part is going to cover both the objective and professional summary, either or section of the resume. I want to preface this video by saying that I think the objective is no longer necessary. I think that if you're going to use anything remotely like that, you're going to want to stick with the professional summary. However, I do have some examples here of how I think that we could go about it if you absolutely want to write an objective. Okay, so again, to start off, we want to think about the differences between the two. So an objective is going to generally be for somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience, particularly in the field that they're applying for. So the opposite would be true of the professional summary. This is going to be for somebody who has a lot of experience in the field that they're seeking work in. Okay, so that's something to think about. Now, regardless of if it's an objective or professional summary, and really regardless of the section, the entire resume needs to be targeted to a specific job. At the end of building this particular resume, what we're going to have is a template, basically a skeleton, a resume that we're going to base off everything else. Okay, so when we apply to specific jobs, we need to change it and tweak it a little bit, and the objective and professional summary is no different. So what I did is we pulled up a few listings here off of the website Indeed. I think Indeed's a good place. Usually the companies that post there or have listings there go into some detail. So go ahead and pull this back out a little bit here so we have some space. Okay. So I wanted to run through here, and usually when we're talking about the objective professional summary, we want to look for things that mostly deal with our soft skills or our personal skills, things that we don't have a lot of space to promote on the other parts of the resume. Generally the skills, and when we describe our employment history, we want to talk more about our accomplishments, the technical skills, the skills that apply to that job and the ones that we're seeking. So anytime that we can talk about our soft skills and without just saying trustworthy or customer service, very bland skills, we want to try and incorporate those into the objective. So in this particular listing, well, let me go ahead and read off of the objective here. So well-spoken office assistant looking for the opportunity to provide smiles and superior service to the clients of Garden of Palms. So this is just a general listing here from customer service. Okay, and again, it's tailored to this specific listing. Is if we read through here, one of the things they write here, the right candidate will excel at engaging residents in a meaningful way, be articulate, fluent in English, and have a smiling personality. Okay, so we have to read not only to find some keywords, buzzwords. We want to get the overall idea of what's important to these people. Okay, so talking about showing up every day, your attitude. As a receptionist, office assistant job, you're going to be that first person that they see every day. New clients, people that are going to be going through the process of, is this the right place for me? Okay, so keep those things in mind, right? They're thinking about, how can this person be the face of our company and our business? Okay. So when we talk about, let's see, being articulate, fluent in English, obviously maybe they've had some trouble in the past with that. So right off the bat, I say well-spoken office assistant. Okay, so that's addressing that concern and that need right there. Okay, providing smiles, that was a way I thought to incorporate the overall idea of it. It's kind of fun, it's kind of lighthearted, but at the end of the day, we're talking about providing a certain level of service to the clients. And we don't just say to clients in general. Again, we're going to the clients of Garden of Palms. That's the name of the company. Okay, so right off the bat, we're starting with something that's very personal. It addresses concerns or bullet points or things that they've talked about in their listing. All right, and again, it's personalized to them. It has their company name right there. So right off the bat, we're setting a good tone of, this person maybe have taken some time to read what we're looking for. Maybe they did some background information on the company, which you should do. Okay, and then we can get right into the skills after that. All right. So that's one example. Let's go to the next one here. Excellent listener, ready to tackle challenging sales goals while providing extraordinary service to the customers of Lifeline. So let me go ahead and pull up that listing here. Okay. So for this one, it's a customer care coordinator position. However, the area of interest is under the sales title here. So I don't know, it's customer service, but it's also a little bit of sales. And a lot of jobs are like that. You wear a multitude of hats. Okay. So it's important to look at everything here. So we have requirements and job description. Okay. So we're going through here, we see, all right, excellent interpersonal skills that allow effective working relationships with a diverse customer, colleague, and vendor population. So got to be able to work well with others, right? Includes listening, sales, and problem-solving skills. So the way I encapsulated that was just by starting it out with saying, excellent listener. Okay, boom, right there, addressing that need. Hospitality and proven ability to set and achieve sales goals. Okay, so I wanted to let them know that, okay, this is something that I'm not afraid of. I can take on any certain challenge when it comes to sales goals. You know, and again, you're going to have to back up this information with, you know, the numbers and facts from your previous jobs. But again, we're setting a tone with the objective. So that's where we come in with saying, you know, ready to challenge, to tackle challenging sales goals. Okay. And then again, overall, it is a customer service position, so we want to let them know that we're ready to provide that service to their customers as well. So again, we are making it personalized just by using their name, and we're addressing specific things that they've talked about in their advertisement here. Okay. The last example here for a professional summary, and again, thinking about the differences here, we're talking about something that's that requires a little bit more experience, all right? I'm going to go ahead and pull up an ad for an electrician. And I use this example because oftentimes when they talk about having certain credentials, having certain years in the field, that applies to a lot of the trades. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an electrician. You know, you can kind of plug in your own job here and think of those certifications and things you may want to address. So professional summary, we have 5-year certified electrician with experience wiring circuits and bending conduit, with extensive knowledge of Title 24 and NEC codes. Okay, so some of these things, having some experience working in this field with hiring, some of these key like the NEC codes, you know, conduit bending, wiring circuits, we're going to be placing those in the skills section as well. So we're going to kind of double dip on some of those. But I went through here, and again, we want to look at what are all of the concerns or needs that they're addressing here. All right, clean driving record, DMV. Clean and neat appearance, even no tobacco allowed. Okay, provide tools, good verbal customer service. Okay. Conduit bending a plus. So again, if I have that experience, I definitely want to talk about and bring that up as a plus. Okay, and then I just looked at all of the requirements. So I have to be a journeyman, minimum 5 years of experience. So again, depending on what my actual numbers of years of experience are, going to put that there. Okay, and then we're also going to address here circuit wiring and construction. Okay, so wiring circuits. Okay, and then the last bit here, NEC code and Title 24 codes. So again, we've addressed all of the technical needs just in that one sentence right there. Okay, anything else that comes up in ads like that, you know, you can hit those in the skills area, but also in the professional summary area as well. Okay. So again, the professional summary may not hit as much of the personal stuff. It's going to start hitting on those things to, again, let the reader know that, yep, I'm not wasting your time. Here it all is at the beginning of the resume. Now, you know, verify those claims by looking at my work experience and my skills. Okay. Now, as far as the layout goes, let me go ahead and pull this back here for you. I used a couple different examples for a reason here. So again, looking at the overall layout, for my objective heading here, we have a bolded, underline, size 14. Now this is what size 14 looks like as the objective actually listed here. Again, this is going to come down to how much space that we have. Obviously, if we're going to have more experience and the like, then we want to probably go with the size 12, which is, this is size 12 right here. Okay. Now with the professional summary, especially with trades and where specific needs have to be met by somebody just to even get a chance at the application process, I have this right here as size 14, so it goes along with the heading here, and it's also bolded. Okay, so besides your name, this area right here, the professional summary, may be the second most important area, because again of how specifically it addresses the concerns and needs of the job provider. So, you know, a couple different examples, and of course, just like we did with the title up here, you know, we can kind of play around with the overall setting. What we do have to understand and realize, though, that when we go down here to create our skills and the like, and then we have our employment history. Oops. We want to make sure that all of these things are going to be centered together, or I should say aligned together. Okay, so think about how that's going to look. And again, as this is coming together and eventually we'll have the overall template, you'll be able to kind of play around with it and see based on how much information you're putting in that resume. So some things to think about here. Again, I would love it if you would click and subscribe. You'll be notified when all the new videos come out. And again, thank you for joining me on this part 2 of the resume writing video tutorial series. Have a great rest of your day.